All right. Let's see. It says no sound detected on TikTok. Think it should be fine now. Let's see. I think that should be fine. All right. Let's see. We have 2 hours to be here. All right. I think I set my timer. Siri, set the timer for 2 hours. All right. We set that timer. We have 2 hours to be here. We don't come. We are here. If you're here already, please feel free to like the show so we get more people here to join the show. Just trying to do my final setup here on my mobile devices. Then we're gonna have a show. We are going to have a show. We're gonna have a good show tonight. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and TikTok, obviously. Anyway, we're gonna have a good show tonight. Like my hand going small. Hey, man. Anyway, I think, that's what it is. Anyway, man, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Once again, it's the Be Apollo Show, and I'm your host. My name is Kachi. I'm your host for today. Not just today, every other day I appear here, I'm the host. I'm the host of the Be Apollo Show, the Be Apollo podcast. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to have a good show today. Make we talk about Tinubu small. We've been covering Tinubu for a minute now, right? We've been covering Tinubu for a minute. Make we follow the people where they cover them. Let's talk about it. Well, the only difference between my show and most other shows is there's no hate here, right? We just want to bounce ideas and disagree, agree, all that good stuff. That's what we want to do. I know they're here to say, this person is a goat, this person is not a goat. That's that's a difference between my show and most other people who cover Tinubu or who cover the other politicians, aka Obi, and every other politician out there, right? But that's a big difference here, right? If you're here, by the way, please feel free to like and share. Let's get more people here to join the show. I see you guys here. The Power Brief, Kunle Bolarinwa, Maintain, and other beautiful people that are here. Please feel free to like the show and share, and so we can get more people here to join the show. All right. We're gonna have a good show today. Okay, so like I was saying, right, the biggest difference between the Be Apollo show, even though the name is kind of you would think that's what you're gonna get at the Be Apollo, right? We have people that come, they cost people, but I do my best to moderate it, and I think for the most people, my viewers now know that that's not what we do here. We come here to have good debates, good arguments, agree, disagree, do not agree at all. It's what it is. We call it a day. No wahala. It's just what it is. That's kind of the difference. Now, waiting with the user, that's the difference here on the Be Apollo show. So if you're a Tinubu supporter, feel free to come on here. We're going to talk about it. What is it doing right? What is it not doing right? Was anti-Tinubu, or not anti, but people who don't support, I don't want to use the word anti, it's kind of strong. People who don't support Tinubu, we also want to hear your thoughts as well. What is he not doing right? I know be Tinubu supporter, so I kind of know the things that he's not doing right. And those are always my pushbacks, right? On the people who always come on here and be like, the NEL fund, the NEL fund, the scholarship, the tax reform. What about the tax reform? What about the tax reform? What about the GDP? What about which other one? Coastal Road. What about the Coastal Road? So I'm someone who doesn't support I'm not a supporter, I want him to succeed, by the way. I want him to succeed, but the way they go about things is he doesn't seem to be doing it, in my opinion, he doesn't seem to be doing it the best way possible. There are better ways to do anything you can think of, right? There's always a better way to do anything you can think of, aka the subsidy removal, both on the fuel and on the dollar, right? I mean, I think any logical person would agree that it wasn't done right. By the way, I see someone requesting when the way the show works, we're gonna hit 5K likes. So let's hit 5K likes before we start bringing people up here. We're not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna bring anybody up just yet until we hit 5K likes. So let's please keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show, and then we can start getting guests up and we can argue, we can debate. True News, my brother, I see you. Tell us, my brother, who can do it better. Listen, mine. My preferred candidate, as you all know, at this point, now Peter Obi. I think Peter Obi had better ideas on how he could remove the fuel subsidy. I don't think he talked about the dollar. You find the dollar, but at least the fuel subsidy, where everybody being agree on, say had to go. Even I believe Atiku also agreed that it had to go. But it having to go is one thing. Doing it, the implementation is the problem. And that's where Tinubu faulted, because his decision of just removing it, just because, right? That has taken Nigeria into, inflation from when Buhari, which in my opinion, again, was the worst president that Nigeria has ever seen, right? But it took the inflation rate from where it was, I think it was at 29-30%, took it to maybe 50% where it is right now. I don't know, I could be wrong on the numbers, but the inflation jumped like 20% more, But so if that kind of thing happens, then you can objectively say this thing was done wrong. It's not hate, it's not out of hate or anything. It's just objectively looking at the numbers. If because of your policies, inflation went 20% higher, that's an objective argument, or to say this thing, do away. So it's just what it is. So those are the kind of arguments we have on here, by the way. But let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. It's gonna be a good show today. Elenian one, I see you requesting, but I won't bring you just yet until we hit 5K likes. So let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. We're at 941K right now. Thank you. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. 971 likes. Let's keep liking. It's going to be a good show. We have 2 hours. We have 2 hours to debate and argue and disagree and not agree. It's what it is. That's what we do at the Beer Palace podcast. That's what we do at the Beer Palace show. So let's keep liking and sharing. Get more people here to join the show. Make we read some chats if there are any. Let me see YouTube. How YouTube is faring. Where is Facebook? Where Facebook there? Man, I've been getting a lot of hate, man, from my Facebook people, Tinubu supporters on Facebook. Man, you guys need to chill, man. We all want Nigeria to succeed, is what it is. I don't know. The way you want it to go and the way I want it to go, I believe the end goal is for Nigeria to succeed. But you guys need to chill. I have debates with people. Like, the essence of my show has been debate, if you think about it, right? When I started hosting my live shows, I used to have debates, with people, different people debating themselves. But now I'm the person debating everybody, right? Me against the world now. And you guys can't handle it, man. Make una take a chill pill. So then the talk out, right? Make una relax. It's not hate. It's me wanting to see Nigeria succeed. Tinubu, it took Tinubu how many days? I don't know. He entered power 2023, right? It took him how many days to remove fuel subsidy? And it took him how many days to take Nigeria's inflation to where it was? Somebody else, I believe, with a better idea, with a better vision, would have done it differently. And the inflation for no good, even if there would still be inflation, it wouldn't be that bad. That's the point of my arguments. And I hope you guys would be able to see it. I remove all these hate biases. There's a lot of bigotry as well. A lot of, bigotry mixed inside. I can see it. I can sense it. But it's what it is, man. It's what it is. Hey, I have no hate in my heart for Tinubu. I want Nigeria to succeed, and I believe you too. I believe you be like South African people. South African people want their own country to succeed, but they go extreme. You see what I'm saying? They're going extreme. That's how I see you guys. When you guys, start cursing, oh, this person, oh, I'm Igbo, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Come on now. I'm not going to think the way you think, and I don't expect you to think the way I think. That's why I don't force anybody to believe what I believe on my show. We debate issues. Now, so mature people, they behave, debate issues. It's what it is. There's no hate in my heart, man, towards Tinubu. As a matter of fact, shout out to Tinubu. As a matter of fact, shout out to Tinubu. Shout out to Tinubu, because I made a video sometime in February of last year when I learned about the Southeast Development Commission when it was commissioned, or waiting in the column commissioned, right? When it was commissioned, the Southeast Development Commission, when it was commissioned, I don't know the other word, but you get the point. When that commission was, introduced, I was so excited. I made a video saying Tinubu is the best president for Igbo. It's on YouTube. I'm not making this up. So I critique this guy objectively. It's not, and we know how the Southeast Development Commission is going right now, right? And I also have my criticisms for Mark Okoye. This time not for Tinubu, because Tinubu has done the job of creating that commission, right? Now I have the critique for the person, the chairman, who is an Igbo person, So I have my criticisms for him. It's what it is. I hope I might be living in La La Land if I expect everybody to see things the way I see it, right? But listen, my whole criticism, they're all 99% of the time objective. I have no hate in my heart for anybody, especially in a public forum like this. I know we'll come here to spew hate. That not Nnamdi Kanu, they do those kind of things. I'm not Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not Nnamdi Kanu, but hey, we're gonna have a good show today. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. All right, let's get to the chat here, and I think Facebook is up here. Let's see. All right, Ajisa Faye Johnson Adeolu, he says, I love your program. I've been watching all your content since. Thank you so much, my brother. Ajisa Faye, thank you. All right, let's see. Jace KVO Jace, he says, Dean Day market Buhari as best president for Ndibo. Now it is Tinubu. No. Listen. Let's put it into context, right? I'm not marketing Tinubu as the best president for Ndibo. I'm saying in that context of him creating the Southeast Development Commission. I mean, if you're an Igbo person, I don't know who you are. Your name kind of is a what's it called now? Your username is not like a real name, right? It's like whatever, guy name. For lack of words, that guy name be your username. But if you're an Igbo person, you would understand what the Southeast Development Commission brings to Ali Igbo. If you're an Igbo person, you would agree with me that there is potential there. But we've seen our brother, Mark Okoye. We've seen how that guy carry money they do give away. The first time they give out 5 billion, that was sometime last year. They gave him 5 billion naira. This guy carry 800 million, saying they do fundraiser. 800 million naira, which is almost a third, not a third, right? But almost a quarter, not a third. But almost a quarter of the total money where they give him. In I'm saying they do fundraiser. 800 million naira. Okay, how much did you make from the fundraiser? This dude said he made 300 million. 300 million naira. From you spent 800 million to go and look for money, and you're in deficit, So you see how this guy just did throw money up and down, right? Now they don't give him another 16 billion. Now 16.6 billion. Now they say that 13 billion will remain. So you see how this guy just did throw away money where the thing is we don't even know where these monies are going. We don't know where the money they go. So you can put some responsibility on Tinubu there and say, okay, there should be some sort of oversight and all that good stuff. But you can't put that responsibility heavily on him the way you go put him on the chairman himself. That is my point of saying Tinubu might be the best president. I'm not here marketing him as the best president ever live. And you can't even deny this. Tinubu is the most reformative president ever Nigeria has ever had. That one objectively, you can't even deny that. It's what it is. But the reforms now, when we start going in depth into the reforms and start, dissecting it and discussing it, how has it impacted Nigerians? That's where I come in here. Those are the arguments I have here. I'm not here selling anybody for anybody. Even Peter Obi will be my preferred candidate. You're not going to see me on here selling him or tell, vote for... it's out of character for me. It's not what I do. I love the guy. I love his policies. I love his politics. I want him to succeed. Can I make it happen? I cannot. And everything they in hand, but it's what it is. We're not talking about Peter Obi today. Now, Tinubu we talk about today. So let's be focused. By the way, let's keep liking and sharing. We're at 1.5K likes right now. We're at 1.5K likes right now. Let's keep liking and sharing so that we go bring our guests up here and we're going to have a good show. All right. Let's see. All right. Escape says, you said somebody else can do a better job. Who? I mean, you agree with me? Say Tinubu is not doing the best job. I mean, security is not the best. Our GDP is not the best. You can say GDP has grown, but GDP per capita, how about that, right? You know, our economy is not the best. You know, companies, when Tinubu took over, even though you argue, oh, they were planning to leave, but they left because of his policies as well. His policies also informed them to leave. You know, international companies left the country. You know, yeah, the floating of the naira, removal of fuel subsidy, all that impacted the country heavily, you know. So another person could have done it differently. And if we've seen that, he's taken 4 years, and this is where we are. Tinubu said he was going to fix electricity. Where is our electricity, my brother or my sister? I don't know who that person escaped. If you're a man or woman, right? Tinubu saying go fix our electricity. If he had fixed our electricity, at least power energy would have cheaper alternative energy, right? We're not going to depend fully or 100% on what's it called now? Fuel, you know, fossil fuel, petrol. We're not going to depend for 100% on fuel. So even if you remove the subsidy there, we still have an alternative, which is electricity, which would be cheaper, right? Wouldn't be cheap, but cheaper than the fuel. So you see the point, right? So if Tinubu said he would fix electricity and he has not fixed it, literally not fixed it. The national grid still collapse every other day, right? So I'm not making this up. He has not done anything in the electricity sector, generation. I don't know. If you know, please come up here and tell me. But it doesn't seem like our electricity has improved, you know, so what do you want me to say, man? What do you want me to say? I don't know what to tell you. You know, let some other person try. Say that so then, dog. If you do something, you know, make another person try. It's what it is, man. They tell us who. tell us who. Okay, now you're okay. Make idea respectful. Let make idea respectful. But it's what it is, man. It's what it is. Because the Naira man or woman is thriving, why not invest? I don't understand your question, XXR Mandox. I don't understand your question. You said BC, the Naira man or woman is thriving, why not invest? I don't understand. If you can rephrase it, I'll be able to you know, talk about that. But anyway, let's see. Dean Demarker, I think I read that chat. Let's see. Soludo has said it all, bro. Join the moving train. Wait till Soludo talk, my brother. True news. What did Soludo say? Soludo has said a lot of things. You know, Soludo is not my best Igbo politician at this moment. Alex Oti is my best Igbo politician because he's doing really well. He's doing really well for Abia State. I cannot sit here and say Soludo is the best politician. And even the Alex Oti said, because he said something, I'm not just gonna start, you know, standing him or favoring him, all that good stuff. That's not who I am. I'm gonna say what I like about the person, and it ends there. No means I will come, they run around, they kiss you and all that. I don't do all that type of stuff, right? But shout out to Alex Oti. Alex Oti is, in my opinion, the best Igbo politician right now. The guy that transformed Abia State from where Abia State was in the past. He's taking Abia State to a whole different level. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to Alex Oti. Let's see. We're at 1.8k likes. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. Tinubu supporters, we want to debate you today. Make una call mo. Let us talk about Tinubu's best scorecard. You know, what is he doing right? What is Tinubu doing right? Let's talk about it. I've had this conversation, you know, multiple times. It never ends. It's a conversation that you can keep having every day if you want to, as long as you can. As long as you're a good debater and, you know, you have facts to speak on or to speak to. It's the conversation never ends. Especially now is election season, right? You know, the other day P2B was on Rufai, the Arise guy. The Arise Guys podcast, and, you know, questions never ever end when it comes to election season. So it's what it is. It's what it is. And one thing I would like to see is Tinubu going on even if not be podcast, go somewhere. Let us hear you talk and hear all those your reforms where they do. Tell us about it, yeah. The master strategist, tell us about it. Anyway, all right, XX Man Ducks, he says here, well, Tinubu and Naira, it's there, and why not support? I still don't understand your question, my brother. They read you what you right? They read what you right? XXR man. Tinubu. Tinubu and Naira. It's there. And why not support? Yo, if like the right telegraph. Shouldn't telegraph, then they call that thing. If like the right telegraph. Right time, the words are free, man. Nobody they charge you per word. Right and well, make we hear them. If you don't finish them for the first line, enter next line. I'll read everything. Stop. You're not making it easy on me to read. All right. Let's go to Facebook here. Oju Otimi says need more of a program like yours. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Tinubu supporters. Now why I come here for today. Make una come, let us debate. No be today, support cho. And listen, I respect you if you just support him because he's your tribesman. I respect you, but I know if he get conversation with you. You see, I don't know what to do with that, right? I respect that. If that's why you support him, I respect that. You see what I'm saying? But don't come up here. That's just what I'm saying. don't come up here. That's all I'm saying. Stay, because I don't know what I'm going to do with that, right? Because I want to debate. So if you just support him because you're tribesman, I respect that. But please don't come up here. I want people who have actual reasons why this, objective reasons, not actual. Objective reasons why they support him, so we can have conversations or debate or whatever, right? Anyway. Respect says I am President Bola Tinubu anytime and any day. All right. Once we hit 5K likes, if you're still here, feel free to request, and we'll go talk about what he's doing right, and kind of dissect his scorecard, right? I can't bring you just yet. I see you requesting that, but I can't bring you just yet. I need to hit 5. We're gonna hit 5K likes before I bring anybody up. So let's keep liking. Keep the likes up. Pop. And by the way, if you haven't followed, it's a good time to follow. Feel free to hit the follow button. It's up there somewhere. Also on Facebook. If you haven't followed me yet, feel free to hit the follow button and like and share on Facebook, on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, feel free to like and share as well. Make we see Twitch. I'm new on Twitch, so I don't know how that Twitch thing they go yet. But let me see what's going on there. If we have any traction there. We don't have any traction. It's no wala. We're going to come regardless. I mean, we're going to come the Twitch still. One day we will get traction. One day we will get traction. Anyway, hey man, thank you guys for being here. I'll make I drink some water. It's gonna be a good show tonight. Go and wear your thinking cap and all your supporters cap. Wear it and come. Make we argue. Make we debate. Make we get conversation. Disagree to agree. And go from there. I was gonna have a show on on this guy, but the news kind of got stale, and I didn't have time on Monday when that news broke, so it got stale. I was gonna do that show today, but I'm like, that news done stale. Let's talk about something that is more contemporary. I was gonna talk about the Ill Bliss show, not Ill Bliss show, but Ill Bliss topic, where Ill Bliss said something about Igbo people don't buy all the lands for Lagos. I forget what triggered that. Let me see if I have a screenshot here somewhere. Let me see if I have a screenshot here or somewhere about exactly what he said that triggered all the bigotry from both sides. Let's see. Okay, I think I found it. I have a screenshot of that. All right. He said the Igbos, this is from Ioblis. He said the Igbos have contributed immensely to the Lagos economy. Commerce-wise, if you have a problem with all right, make I slow down and read this tweet. He said the Igbos have contributed immensely to the Lagos economy. Commerce-wise, if you have a problem with it, hug a friggin' transformer. We have made massive investments in real estate too. Other tribes have contributed to. Why is it always a problem when it's the Igbos? Why? Okay. And then someone said, better go contribute and save your lands from erosion. Lagos has offered you betterment. Respect that and stop being lousy. No one sends your papa. Then Ioblis went further to say, we own your lands, fool. We bought everywhere and renting it back to you. Thank you, Lagos, for the opportunity. You will pay rent forever in this city. Bloody scavenger. In 2026, you would expect people to, they say, if you know better, you do better, right? Bliss is not a child. If they say, if you know better, you do better. That's my only pushback on him, right? Because, be picking, we go steal, and you're a public figure. You can't go in public and be writing things like this, be spewing hate, be spewing division. That's not what we need. There's a lot of division already on the internet for everybody. Anywhere you go find them. Why contribute? Why add to it? Why add to it? And why, these Igbo have bought this, Igbo have bought this. If we want to talk about it, if we want to honestly talk about it, right? If we want to honestly talk about it, that Dangote refinery land alone, whatever that thing is worth, it's worth more than all those lands where they talk, say Igbo people don't buy for Lagos, So I don't know where all this idea of, Igbos don't buy everywhere, we go rent everywhere, we go do everything, Be respectful, and humble. Be respectful and humble. Be respectful and humble. That's all me I can say. Be respectful and humble. Be humble. Be thankful. All these small things, it goes a long way. I was gonna host a show on this, but I figured it was a little bit stale, so no need talking. Everybody don't talk about them already, so let's talk about Tinubu. Tinubu is still trending. Tinubu is the president. He's going to be the president until the next elections. He's still trending, so make we talk about Tinubu. Baba Jagaban. Let's keep liking, by the way. We hit 2.6K likes. Again, I can't bring anybody up. If we don't hit 5K likes, we'll go close the show, go house. Everybody go house. Call it a day. But we have to hit 5K likes before we bring any guests up. But I thank you guys for being here, by the way. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. But anyway, listen, right? All this division of Igbo did this, Igbo did that, Igbo did this. And I find when somebody now says it to your face, okay, you've done all these things, go and do it in your place, right? Why do you now feel insulted? Why do you now feel aggravated? Aggravated, not the word, or aggrieved. Why do you feel upset? You start them, then talk something. I'm saying on both sides, the bigotry on both sides. That's all I'm saying. But I'm just saying, if you slap person, you don't expect the way the person go react. You have no control over how that person is going to react. But that's what most people don't understand. When even if not pinch, you pinch person, that person goes, the way that person feel him, you have no control over that. So however that person reacts, understand, say, now you start them. Just understand that and don't try to start acting the victim. Oh, I know talking anything. No, you did. You did say something or you did do something, But hey, man, that one don't pass. Now Tinubu go talk about today. Let's keep liking and sharing. And get more people here to join the show. All right. While says the division sets all Southerners back. Absolutely. And it's sad. It's really, really, really sad because the Southern, like, I think everybody go agree with me. Say every time a Southerner has been president, Nigeria has been better. Nigeria has been better overall. Overall, Nigeria has been better each time a Southerner has been president. That's my opinion anyway, and I have arguments to back it up. Buhari carry us go where we don't know. I don't know. Make something like Buhari no happen to us again. But hey, man, it's just what it is. And if we stick together as one collective unit, I know sure say any other person come up power from South. I don't know how any other person can do it. That's why these turn-by-turn politics, what they do for Nigeria. It's not my thing, man. It's not my thing. I've made the best man always go there win. If the best man is always from the South, let this best man from the South come out and be the president. I think that's how any society that wants to thrive, I think that's how that society should run, not turn by turn. What if the turn reach another Buhari go collect them from North? Set us back again. When a Southerner has tried to bring us forward, another person like Buhari again go carry us, go back again. That's my point. That's my point of this turn by turn. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anybody. And I think the Southerners, we are just playing ourselves with all this nonsense behavior they get. Tribalism, this, tribalism. At the end of the day, if you go Lagos every Sunday, Igbo and Yoruba, they marry themselves every day, every Sunday, they marry themselves. But somehow, every time they cuss out. You can't make this up, man. The childishness. Just like one guy, we come here, one man came here the other day. I was having a show on, about Bianca, trying to bring prisoners back from from Ethiopia back to Nigeria. Foolish guy come here. And mind you, this guy, one time he came on my show, this guy couldn't debate. That goes a long way to tell you that most of these bigoted people, right, they don't have nothing in their head other than that bigotry. This guy couldn't debate me. He had to end the show abruptly because he don't get any other thing to talk about. If he passed the bigotry where they their head, there's nothing else they have to offer other than that bigotry. You know, and it's sad that we let these people take the forefront in our society or mainstream. We let these bigoted people take the forefront in mainstream media. Dude came up and they talk about something completely different. Oh, 100% of them are Igbo. Oh, 100%. What do you want me to do with that information? I'm here to debate. Is that a good thing for Bianca to bring these people back to Nigeria? That's my argument. Oh, 100% of them are Igbo. 100% of them are Igbo. Like, childish. This guy has a child. This dude, one man, has a child. Imagine somebody's father being bigoted, right? You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up, honestly. Yo, it's what it is, man. It's what it is. We hit 5.6K likes. Wanna thank you for the likes. All right, we have our guest here who's in the chat. We go bring him up and we're gonna use that to start the show for today. All right, let's go. Elenia, thank you so much for your patience. I know that took a while. I don't know, my Tinubu supporters. I don't know, and I know they won't come debate me. Are you people scared of me? I'm just a beer parlor man. One second, please. Just mute yourself. I'm just a beer parlor man. Why are you scared of me? When you reach for comment section, now they get power. Please mute yourself. We'll get to you, Mr. Elenia one. And thank you for your patience, by the way. Not only for comment section, when they get power, do they cost me, do they yap me every time for comment section. Not only for there. Come here now and debate me. All those things, they yap me, they cost me for comment section. Come here and debate it. I mean, when they see the live on For You page, when I don't post videos now, this guest really finished this host. This host is cutting everybody short. You don't want people to talk. Come here and make we talk about them. Come, let's talk about it. And teach me a lesson. Come and teach me a lesson. Tinubu supporters, come and teach me a lesson. I want to learn. You get one very shameful one. His handle, make I shout him out. His handle is teach Igbos to be humble. I believe most people, if you're on TikTok, you probably know that fool, that clown, right? Teach Igbos to be humble. Come up here and humble me. I'm an Igbo man. Come here and humble me. You know, go humble me. Now, when I don't post the video, you go there, they curse your generation. Isn't that something, though? You can't make this up. I'm here now. Come here and humble me. You know, go agree. Now, when I don't post video, you go on, they humble me for comment section. You really can't make this up. Like it's what it is. But hey, man, Eleni one, thank you so much for your patience. I thank you so much. Please unmute yourself. Let's talk about it. Eleni, if you want to unmute yourself, please. Let's talk about this.
Beer Palo. Is it Beer Palo chat or what? This is my first time coming up here.
Thank you. Beer Palo is the name of the show, but we don't behave like we are in Beer Palo here. We have a very structured argument, you know. So welcome to the show. Your name, I believe, Elenion, Abby. Elenion is your name. Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining. So the topic, Tinubu's best scorecard. What is he doing right?
He's doing everything right. I'll give him 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right, I'll push. Since you say everything right, 10 out of 10. How about security? You think he's doing right? 100%, 10 out of 10 in security as well?
Yeah. You know, with reasons.
Okay, let's hear it.
The reason is that, everything this man is doing right now, is something no one even tried to do. No one even tried to do it. That is why it deserves that 10 out of 10.
But I'm talking about security, though. I'm like direct about security.
Okay, in security, right? So every administration, none of them has contributed or spent as much as this man has done in security. Fashola was saying something a couple of weeks ago. He said, security vote. He doesn't even know what that is. During his own tenure. Like, he keep asking, what is that? But this man makes sure no one is being deprived of that security vote. No governor can come out today and say we are not getting security vote. They are all getting it. Why are they getting it? Just to make sure the load is not only on the federal government. Let the load be on you too also. What are you doing with that security vote?
So let me say this, right? Because currently, I believe you know of the Oyo kidnappings, and man, my heart goes out to the people who are being affected, their families, and they too are still in captivity, right? I don't know, it's been like over a month now, and these people are still in captivity, right? So hear me out on this, right? Tinubu in 2014, when there was a Chibok girls issues, Tinubu made a tweet. And I'm paraphrasing here. He said something in the lines of security is at the hands of the president. So what has changed since then that he made that tweet and now that he's the president?
That's a very good question. We won't forget then in 2014, okay, actually, Tinubu played politics. I won't argue that. Every opposition would do that. So, I'm not here to say anyone shouldn't do that against him also. We are all free. Even the man came out. He said, blame me, throw the stone at me, throw the shit at me. Okay, I'm here to work. So for him saying that, I will, he's a courageous man. He's a brave man.
But still, even with all of this, you still rate him 10 over 10 in security.
Yeah, with my reasons.
I'm still waiting to hear the reasons.
Okay, one, he has spent more on security than any admission has ever done.
Okay.
That is number one. Number two, he made us know, what was it called? Security is not his own job alone. It's even to the grassroots. 2014, we didn't know this. We keep shouting Jonathan, 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 which is very wrong. Yeah, he may be part of the people who made us think everything is on Jonathan. But when he came to him, he said, "No, let me take you to school."
There's some wind in the background. It's affecting the show. There's some wind in the background.
Okay, I'm on, what's it called? I'm on the beach. That's why.
I see. Okay.
I'm walking away. So he did that. We all were shouting Jonathan, Jonathan, Jonathan. But today he told us, guys, it's not on me. And we all discovered truly it's not on him.
I don't know. Maybe don't you think he's doing the same thing he did then? If he's just controlling the narrative, if he was controlling the narrative then, don't you think he's trying to do the same thing now again by controlling the narrative again? Because if you've said in the past that security falls on the desk of the president, why now are you removing yourself and trying to tell us, oh no, look at the governor, look at the local government, look at this, look at that? Don't you think he's also again trying to control the narrative?
Yeah, like I said, then it was wrong. He controlled it, right? This time around, he may be controlling it, but is it right? Yes. You get what I'm saying? Is it right? Yes. We should blame ourselves for being used. Yeah, we should blame ourselves for being used.
The last point, I'm going to say this again. Don't you think we're still being used again by him controlling the narrative again, telling us, oh no, it's not on me, it's on the governors. Don't you think again we are being used?
But is it the right thing? Yes.
But then we also thought it was the right thing, though, right? We also thought, yes, then it's the president, it's on the president. We also thought that, right?
But if we should look at developed countries, or other Western countries, this is the same thing they do. The security of the country is not on the president alone.
But in Nigeria is a unique country. We had I'm sorry I keep cutting you short, right? But Nigeria is kind of unique in the sense that the police chief is under the president. The army chief is under the president. The navy chief is under the president. Which security chief you can think of, NSPDP, civil defense, all of them, they're under the president. So Nigeria is unique in that regard. The governor of a state cannot even sack the police commissioner assigned to him. He has to go through some lobbying to switch or to get a different person. So you see how that makes us kind of unique when you want to compare us to other countries, right?
Yeah, but we shouldn't forget, these commissioners, they have meeting with the governors at least once every month or once every week. So when they sit down there, what are they talking about? Do they even care about the security of the state? Do they even talk about it? If they talk about it, if actually, when the budget is being shared to the governors, they are the ones who buy the vans, everything, the security outfits, everything they need. They buy it for them. So if you could buy it for them, then why are you not talking to them about securing your states? You know what I'm saying?
I think they are. I think they are. I don't think any governor is out there not talking to the commissioner of police about the security of their state. Let me ask you one more question on security, and then we move forward from to a different metric. But do you think the Oyo State Police Commissioner should be fired?
No, I will blame the governor, Sheyi Makinde. I am from Oyo State.
You don't think the police commissioner of that state should be fired? You think it should be Sheyi?
Yeah, I'll blame Sheyi first. The reason is that when it happened in Kwara State, Sheyi should know if your neighbor is being robbed, you should know you are the next person. Something is coming from you. We should know that. Did Sheyi do anything? No. So they told him, they hinted him about what's it called, about some guys in the old Oyo National Park who come out once a while to buy things. Sheyi should go to the commissioner when they had a meeting. Did you hear about this? Yes or no? Oh, we didn't hear about it.
I don't follow Oyo politics, so don't take me like I'm very informed when it comes to Oyo politics.
I understand. Yeah, we are the one who should come here and because you are doing a very great job. Believe me.
Thank
so
you.
If we
Appreciate
can come here and share our what we know about, because you can't know everything, we can know everything.
Yeah.
The little we know, we come here to drop it to you, and you spread it to everyone.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So when they told Sheyi this, did he even, you should call the commissioner and talk to him about this. But, he didn't do anything about it. He thought it was just normal people living in a settlement until the strike. We could remember those days when we walk on the street in the 90s, early 20s. When you walk too much on the streets, the police come to you and they say, oh, we call it Roga in Lagos State then. So like the police Roga, they rojad you, they take you away. So tomorrow you won't walk anyhow. You come back from work, you do the right thing. So things like that should have happened. You should have sent the commissioner, talk to him about, okay, I have this in so place. So that is why I would blame him, because he has something is happening there. Until it happened, he didn't do anything.
Fair enough. But let's move forward to a different metric. We don't talk about security. We could talk about a different metric about Tinubu, where you think saying they do well. So that we'll use that one and move forward to the next caller. But security, you still insist that he's doing 10 over 10. What other metric do you think he's doing 10 over 10?
My reason is, for security, my reason is that, what was it called? He spent more than any other administration. In 3 years, he spent more. Even though he's having these challenges.
Yeah, you mean in security, right?
Yeah, in 3 years.
And that's a fair point. But let's move to a different metric of governance on Tinubu. Okay. What other metric of governance would you say he's also doing 10 over 10? So that we can talk about it.
Yeah, the reason I'm giving him 10 over 10, the only one reason was because he's laying the foundation. Is when you put too much of wood in the fire, brother, you will get problem, right? When our mother cook in those days, when they put too much in fire, then what do? They take some out so the fire can burn well. So I think Tinubu has, the man has put too much in fire because before no one was doing anything. Look at now, I was when they can go to school, their 4 years is their 4 years. Look at infrastructure. Every region is being touched. Every state is being touched. This should have been done a long time ago. If things had been done a long time ago, believe me, I was calling 2 or 3. But nothing has been done. So I'm only giving him this 10 because he's laying a foundation.
Okay.
Whereby other will come in and do something else.
Okay. But make I just push back on these two metrics where you talk. As far as education, you said the students, they go to school and they don't have no strikes again. And definitely 100%, anybody will sit down here or even argue with you, I think that person would be a hypocrite, right? Because we know what strikes don't do for Nigeria, and if that strike thing is now almost a thing of the past, right? We need to give it to Tinubu. However, these children or the people that are going to school, when they come, it doesn't seem like the schools has improved anyway. The education standard in Nigeria has improved anyway. It doesn't seem like when they graduate, jobs, there are jobs out there waiting for them anyway. So you see, even though they are not waiting in school, staying longer in school, but after the fact, what happens, right? And then you also talked about infrastructure. Yeah, you also talked about infrastructure, right? Infrastructure is good. Infrastructure is, I've said this multiple times on this show, roads are tied to money. And I believe you're referring to roads when you say infrastructure. Roads are directly tied to money. However, the money where they build this road, for instance, this coastal road, the big one, right? $747 million dollars. That's what they've borrowed so far for 47 kilometers of road. $747 million, almost $1 billion for 47 kilometers of road. That is $15 million per kilometer. That is unheard of anywhere. The average in Africa is about $500,000 per kilometer of road. Kenya has the highest, maybe $1 million per kilometer of road, right? Our brothers, I think, in maybe Gambia or Senegal, maybe 200, 300, 400, 900 they build 1 kilometer of road. But in Nigeria, it's $15 million. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, you are right, but there's one thing again we should look into it. This road is being built mostly by investors, not the federal government. They are contributing less than you can fact check it right now, less than 10% to that road. Believe me, less than 10% to that road. And those money they borrowed were not in cash. Those money went directly. You can check this also. It went directly to the what's it called? To the companies building that road. No money is going to any account. No, it's going directly to those building the road. And so many investors came in, like the Shaguris. A lot of investors came in, to pay for that
Shaguri,
road.
by the way, is not an investor. He's actually the company you're talking about. He is the company.
Yeah.
He is the company that is building the roads. He's getting $15 million per kilometer of road in Nigeria. That's what he's getting. And by the way, when you say that it's just 10% that the federal government is investing, you are correct. However, that 10% is 10% of 11 billion. 10% of 11 billion is about $1.1 billion, right? The federal government of Nigeria has borrowed almost that 10%, which is $747 million. That is what the federal government of Nigeria has borrowed for 47 kilometers of road. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up.
You're right. That is true. We can, we can argue it is they did the right thing. We can also argue they did the wrong thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because no, Chow good day. We all do that.
But Chow good. And I know argue with you. Chow need today. Now workshop. However, make with the pity people now. Make with the pity people. That's all I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Don't forget, most of these roads in Nigeria, couple of years back, we are still very young. 5, 6, 4 years back, we hear this money, we don't even see the roads.
True.
Look at where they've, now we.
That's a good point.
Roads. We heard about Chow, and we don't even care. We don't bother because they've made us think it's not our right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Normally, we should hold them accountable. Ask them, why is this thing that 1.1 billion? Why?
Yeah.
Why? We want to know why. But because we don't even see the results, we are like, oh, I beg, man, I just drown.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Normally, we should
that's a good point.
Yeah, we should ask them. But because we don't, that's why I'm giving him that 10.
Yeah.
If something had been done long time ago, believe me, I won't even give him up to 10.
Yeah.
But because he's laying that foundation, that is why we talk about OGs. Like OGs, the OGs are not even better than the ones doing things right now.
Yeah.
But why do we call them OGs? Because they laid the foundation. We give them 10 over 10. If you bring your name close to an OG, we say, no, don't go there.
Absolutely.
Even though we know you are better than him.
Absolutely.
But because of that foundation, we give him that OG. But who is that OG in Nigerian politics right now? Nobody did anything when they were leaving. They only came, shared the money, they left. That is why too many wood is in the fire for this man.
Yeah.
Too many wood. From subsidy to unification of Naira to infrastructure to education to everything.
Yeah.
Look at now, we have two lithium factories in Nigeria. We didn't even know we had lithium. I didn't know we had lithium 45 years ago.
Yep.
All of a sudden, boom, the factory came up in Zamfara. 2 factories making over 20,000 tons of lithium every day. 20,000. That's $200 million every day. Who has been stealing that money?
Fair enough. But Mr. Elenia, we need to move forward. If you just want to use 10 seconds to round up so that we'll go move forward. And the point you gave is a very fair point, in terms of in the past, even that 15 million, we know then they only tell us we know they see the roads, but at least now we are seeing the roads. I hear you. I agree with you on that. I don't even get any other thing to tell you on that one. But just if you want to just use 10 seconds to round up so that we can move forward.
Yeah, I want to talk about education. I will implore Nigerians to take advantage of this students' loan. They should take the advantage because I knew what I went through, through education. I knew what I went through. We did 7 years in school, even though, all what's this thing called? All these are Luther and everything, plus strike and everything, ASU strike. We did 7-8 years in university. I will implore these guys to take that advantage. Your 4 years, especially technical school. Don't go anywhere to study, what's it called, mass computing or anything. Go to technical school. Because within 2-3 years, 2 years, you are out. Immediately set yourself up.
Absolutely.
You don't need anyone to employ you from technical schools.
Absolutely.
But that's the foundation of any society, any developed country in the world today. The only 2 things made them develop: education and infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Those 2 things.
Mr. Lenia, we need to move forward.
Yeah, thank you so much. I won't lie to you. You've been doing very wonderful. Right?
Appreciate you.
I'm happy I came on today.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go to the next guest here. Tinubu people, we want to argue with you people today. You see, as we do, Amabi, we are not here to fight. Oh, this guest just finished the host. It's what it is. And our conversation with the guests is not a winner or loser. As you drop your own, I drop my own. It's not you win me or I know win you. I'm not here. There's no trophy. Nobody they give any trophy. But it's what it is. That was a good conversation with me, and Mr. Eleni. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. All right, we bring our next guest up here. Tinubu supporters. No, when I post these videos now, you don't let people to talk. Come here now and talk. Let us talk now. Come here and make we talk, Hey, man, it's what it is. Let's get this guest up here. Respect. You're going to tell me a name to address you.
Call me Respect. Thank you, sir.
Tell me a name. Give me a name, please. Your first name, please.
Akin.
Akin. All right, Akin. Thank you for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Tinubu's best scorecard. What is he doing right?
I've been around for some time now.
Okay.
I witnessed Shagari, Awolowo, Zik. I know their drama. I haven't seen any person. I know what Shagari did when he was there. Building houses in the forest and every area. They don't achieve more than that. So that from Shagari, that's what I witnessed.
Okay.
To that time. Down to Obasanjo, I don't see any legacy project, Obasanjo project government. Not legacy project.
I mean, we had Obasanjo, because of him, now we get like internet and phones right now, right?
Is that legacy project?
What me are you use the talk now? What me are you use the talk now if it's not legacy?
No. I mean infrastructure, hospital.
How is telecommunication not legacy? Like, how don't you understand that that's a legacy?
That project was a Abacha project. He completed it. Obasanjo achieved absolute zero when he was there.
I don't agree with you, my brother. If not before Obasanjo, we for no they talk. Me and you for no even we for still somewhat backward when it comes to telecommunication. In revolutionize them. Whether you agree or not.
It was a Abacha project. Evidence there. He met your grant. Abacha have already signed it, and continue with it.
All right.
It's not OBJ project. It's
all right. I would agree to disagree, but yeah, let's keep hearing what you were saying.
So I look around about OBJ project in the country. I couldn't find any.
But I just told you one, and you want to keep pushing it back to Abacha
because I know it's a Abacha project. And mind you, how can you be in the office for 8 years and say you did IT? 8 year budget every year, budget every year. Lagos Ibadan Express Road for 16 years. He achieved zero, wasted years.
Yeah, I'm not co-signing that. Yeah, absolutely. You're on my show, so that's why I'm pushing back. Obasanjo, now because of Obasanjo, me and you use phone now, they communicate.
I know who does the phone. It's Abacha. No,
all right, make we leave that one. Make we leave that one, go another one, okay?
No, if you don't have information, you can say Obasanjo. Obasanjo hijack it from Abacha. Abacha has started it. Then when we moved to Goodluck, I saw what Goodluck did. He did few. He did this bridge go to southeast. He constructed some. He did some few things when he was there. Then we moved on to Buhari. I didn't see most of the project he did, but he tried though.
Buhari still build that same bridge. He built, I think, what's his name? Goodluck started the bridge, I think, or maybe he had a blueprint of the bridge. And Buhari, shout out to Buhari on that. He built the second Niger bridge to the east.
Yeah, and he did Abuja's airport, train, Abuja, transit train. But when it comes to this man, I've never seen any president that can be able to have done what he has done. Can project. And for the fact that he actually started the project in the first time, knowing fully that people going to cry, he's going to see for second time votes. He's a courageous man. He didn't hide it. He believed in it. He went for it.
Okay. Now, you're saying he went for it regardless of how people are going to cry. Why is that a positive? If you know that the decisions you're going to take are going to make people cry and you still go for it, not caring, hear me out. You need to hear me out. Not caring about how people are going to feel, not thinking about other strategies or other ways you could have used to implement that same thing. For instance, the fuel subsidy, the dollar subsidy removal, right? If he had done it in phases, if he had maybe for the fuel subsidy on, if saying the refineries where we get, at least one begin the function before you even remove the fuel subsidy, that would have helped alleviate the suffering from the people. But no, you didn't plan on any of these things. You just did it. Making a hard decision does not make it a good decision. I don't know if you agree with that. Making a hard decision does not make it an automatic good decision.
I will give explanation.
Yeah.
The man saw that Nigerian population is rapidly growing.
Okay.
And the infrastructure is very weak. I cannot cope with the population. Most of the infrastructure we have in Nigerians was built in for 60 million people. So infrastructure. And the population is now about 250 million. Look at Lagos Airport. It was built when we are 60 million people. Most of our roads were built when we are 60 million people.
Yep.
The consequent government abandoned those jobs. They didn't invest in those infrastructures. And if you wait now, in the next 10, 15 years, Nigeria will be 400 millions. We need to catch up. We need to catch up. Or else, there'll be catastrophe in the future.
All right. Now, talking about the infrastructure, right? And the Lagos airport you mentioned, absolutely. And I think we are losing millions and millions of dollars every day by not, investing in the Lagos airport, which I think they're doing right now anyway. They're trying to make it a transit hub, right? I think the Lagos, this thing is going to be a transit hub. And it's in a strategic position that should have been a transit hub all this while. We're going to bring money in for not just Lagos, but, Nigeria at large. But when you look at the infrastructure again, I had this conversation with the last guest, Mr. Elenia. The money within the budget for these projects, it's kind of outrageous. $15 million for a kilometer of road is not acceptable. What do you think about that? Or what are your thoughts on that?
I can see where you're coming from. But we know in the government, in everywhere in the world, all these social companies. I remember when they are going to paint British Airline here, Donny Boris Johnson. He paid logo of British Airline here, say he paid it 50 million pounds. It's go there. I cannot deny it. I'm not APCO. I'm not in any party. What I'm supporting infrastructure. Because I know if you don't build infrastructure, in the next 10, 15 years, population will be so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Our infrastructure will be so weak to undo it. The previous government have abandoned it.
True.
I've first seeking when PDP spent all 15 years on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Every year, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. I don't see it. There are many other projects in the country. So all this government wasted those time. So there are quite a lot of things. See, little Calabar Coastal Road, it had been planned for the 55 years. They were dodging it. Badagry, Sokoto Road, for 40 years, it had been planned. But they are dodging it. They couldn't handle it. I give this man kudos. In the first 3 years, it's gone for second time to have opened the books and face it. In respect to criticism, because a leader look at the futures. Follower doesn't see future. Follower see now.
That is not, and that's why we are followers, right? We they feel the pain. Now we they feel him. The leader know they feel him because he's the leader. All the benefits of being leader go to cushion him from feeling the pain, right? But we are the followers, so we they feel him. Don't you think we have the right to complain and say, hey?
And we complain. No, you will complain, but you like to take to the future.
I mean,
You will complain.
we talk about food we go chop today. You dey talk about future.
No. I remember when they were doing reform in United Kingdom.
Say that
It
again.
was
You remember when what was done in the UK?
Tasha was doing reform.
That
Tasha.
what? Sorry, that what?
Prime Minister Tasha in Britain.
Oh, okay. Tasha, okay.
When we were doing, it was taking the British from socialists to capitalists.
Mm.
It was a painful decision. People are not used to it before.
Mm.
They strike. Refuge collector, no go work. Everybody were crying. Rat everywhere. You know what he said? Ayole doesn't have the fact GR. You are seeing the food today. The Great Britain are benefit from what she did. He brought them from socialists. We'll be giving them milk, school milk. Everybody were playing. But he saw the futures that we are going to capitalist economy.
Yeah.
You need to take a rapid decision.
And this is a good point, right, Mr. Akin? This is a good point, right? However, the difference between Tinubu and Margaret Thatcher is this. Tinubu is not, but he's not even disguising like that he's feeling the pain. He's not. He's not hiding that he's feeling the pain. Thatcher, if you bring Thatcher now and
she doesn't feel the pain. She was in charge.
But she wasn't buying new private jets. She wasn't buying new private jets for the British fleet.
Do you know he went to war? He went to war.
Who went to war?
Tasha.
I'm talking about Tinubu. I'm talking about Tinubu here. Tinubu, hear me out. Hear me out on this one, right? Just hear me out. Just hear me out, my brother. Mr. Akin, you need to pause. You need to pause, Mr. Akin. Please pause. Hear me out on this. I'm saying Tinubu is not hiding to feel the pain. Like, he doesn't care about the pain on people. For instance, electricity. He's saying go give us electricity, right? But what he did instead was to go and commission, again, the amount is ridiculous, but at least he went again and did solar panel for just Aso Villa. He's not caring about Nigerians. So do you see the difference there? He's saying we should suffer, we should feel the pain, but he's not interested in feeling that pain with us. Do you see the disconnect between Tinubu and Thatcher? Do you see the disconnect there?
See, we am coming from about electricity.
I use that as an instance of feeling the pain so that you would kind of relate.
From what I heard, the overload debts before Tinubu got to power. Overload debts on Nigeria's electricity. The infrastructure was very weak and old. And it's not something that someone can do in 3 years. What he does, as I heard, is to decentralize electricity. That's the first thing. To make sure they clear all the debts on it. The debt have been there for years. All the PDP, vote for me, this one, they accrue debts to those things. So you cannot, when you are paying debts on electricity, and you want to give electricity, you cannot do it within 3 years. Let's be realistic, for goodness sake.
I'm not, again, this is a good point you're making. However, the point I was making was on feeling the pain. Tinubu is not pretending to feel the pain. He's not interested, not even pretending. He's not interested in feeling the pain. For instance, again,
he's not feeling the pain?
I gave you an instance with the Aso Rock, Aso Villa. Just give me 1 second. Let me solve this puzzle real quick from TikTok. All right, I think we're good now. Anyway, I was talking about feeling the pain, right? Tinubu is not interested in feeling the pain. Electricity. He said he's going to fix Nigeria's electricity. But what did he do? He did not fix Nigeria's. He did not fix Nigeria's electricity.
No, he paid it.
Okay, that debt that he paid, how has it improved the electricity in Nigeria? You need to pause, Mr. Akin. You need to pause. What I'm saying is he's not interested in feeling pain. He ain't go do solar panel for Aso Villa. He's not caring about about Nigerians. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you cannot be telling us to feel pain, but you know they're interested in that pain. It's not. It doesn't make sense though.
By removing Aso Rock for national grid, he has actually helped a lot. Because Aso Rock are using huge electric power. So he has been able to distribute those things to the local community. He's feeling the pains. So by removing it, In Aso Rock, we are using social power in a year. Now I remove Aso Rock block from it.
Why not remove maybe the whole of Abuja from it? Why not at least start with the whole of Abuja? Why is it just Aso Rock where you live that you're removing? Why not remove the whole of Abuja? Why is it just Aso Rock?
Abuja is Nigeria now.
We're saying the same
Abuja is
thing. Since he
Nigeria.
wants to relieve the national grid, why not do a solar plant that will power the whole of Abuja? Why do it for only the place where they reside?
Yeah, see. Some things, sometimes we say things, we just have to be realistic. When you are in office, there are some things you are entitled to. Have you seen Donald Trump convoys? Have you seen
what does that have to do with anything?
When you are in office, there's some things you are entitled to be actually to do the jobs.
Okay.
That insecurity threats against your life. There are many things down there that are going to face you.
Okay.
You cannot compare in present life with ordinary Nigerian life. You cannot compare it.
Okay.
You abuse him, you call his name, he's feeling the pain. You insult him.
All right, Mr. Akin, yeah, you're going a whole different dimension with me, and you not even there at all. Like I've not sat here and insulted Tinubu. I'm only telling you that he's not okay. So if
Nigeria.
All right, but it doesn't matter though. You're on my show. You're talking to me about what I'm saying. You need to stick to what I'm saying and respond to what I'm saying. But if you want to use 10 seconds to just round up so that we go move forward to the next guest, and I appreciate you for joining.
Okay, sir. One thing I'm so grateful for what this man is doing.
Okay.
Because I love Nigeria. As I've seen Nigeria in the next 15 years, Nigeria population will be 400 millions. We don't have time to waste. We need to build things. We do not have pains. It's not new to us. They have in China. They have many countries doing their own transformations. It's a common thing. But the future is more important.
Absolutely. Totally agree. All right, let's move forward.
The future I'm looking at, by the time we build Little Calabar Coastal Road, economic prosperity in 20 years, that area will be booming. That area will be booming.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Akin. We need to move forward now. Mr. Akin. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Make we bring up our next guest, Mr. King Banky. I don't know why you dropped, but I follow this thing by turn. Now you don't drop request again. Now you've dropped on the queue. So I don't know. I know you were supposed to be next, but unfortunately, I follow the queue, so I'm gonna have to bring the next guest here. So I'm looking at the queue here, where we go through the queue one by one. So if you're interested in joining, please be patient with me in the queue. Once we finish the guest, now turn by turn. I don't want to stack them up because people are notorious for just opening their mic and just start talking, and they ruin my show. They throw my show off, and I know like them. That's why I like to bring guests up just one by one. Anyway, Mr. King Banky, we'll go bring you up soon, but let's get up my brother True News. All right. True News, my paddy, Alpha.
Well done. I greet you.
My brother. Thank you for joining.
Well done.
Yep.
Bartender. I'm still looking for my
we'll go give you. Yours is coming. It's in the mail. It's coming.
Thank you. I mean, well, you see, why I honestly like your show is that you are not pretentious. You let people know where you stand.
As it should be, right?
That is what I call integrity. You understand? You are not like somebody who says, let us get Tinubu out. Once we are able to get Tinubu out, our problem is 70% solved.
Yeah. That doesn't help anybody.
That is, do you understand?
Yep.
So that doesn't make any sense.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
But make we go to the topic though. Tinubu's best scorecard. What is he doing right?
You see, where we say Africa, we are looking at alleviating poverty in Africa. And we now say the first thing to alleviate poverty is for everybody to be educated. You understand? That is a legacy. You can remember growing up, where you from your family, they will be telling you education is the key.
Yeah.
It's the power that you need to get everything you need in your life. Once you can have education, you can, you can have dream the dream,
Yep.
and walk through it. Tinubu had made education accessible to all Nigerians. Forget the son or the kind of family you come from. That alone, nobody should ever forget Tinubu for that.
But now,
You
some
get-
people might argue that what is the number of people that are benefiting from this education? And I believe you're talking about the grants, the loan, the NEL fund, right?
The net fund,
yeah,
the technical colleges that even get stipends for coming to colleges for free, learn trades, all of those put together, that's access to education.
I see. And that's a good point. I definitely can't even argue that, right? But I'm just saying, as far as the NEL fund specifically, some people might argue that what is the number of Nigerian students? Is the fund accessible to every Nigerian student that wants it, or is it only, say, 1 million people we go only get access to them? So it's like first come, first serve. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know of that yardstick or saying it is first come, first serve.
I think that's what it is, actually. There's a limited amount of money.
Well, no.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Hold on. Well, hold on. Because I do not have that fact. You understand?
But I do. That's why I'm saying it's over at least 1 point something million students that it's accessible to. I think
that is only accessible to the net fund. I don't see that as one of the criteria, anyway. But I will look into that.
Okay.
You get
absolutely.
Yeah, I will look into that. Yeah, thank you. I mean, for somebody to have that initiative, I think we should rather look at it from a strength-based perspective rather than looking at it from a weakness-based perspective.
As someone who's not a supporter of Tinubu, I'm not supposed to look at it. Now it's your job to look at it from the strength-based perspective. It's not my job, right?
I mean, before we become divided along the political line, first we are Nigerians.
Absolutely.
So what benefits Nigerians should be our first focus.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Totally agree.
So
totally
that
agree.
is where we are, we are in alliance.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you on that. All right, education, definitely there's a lot of agreements there. Any other area you want to talk about?
I mean, also, you see, after talk about the education, you can look at the corruption around subsidy is totally gone. Nobody would have been able to do that. You understand? Let me tell you, the subsidy held Nigeria by its throat. By its throat, taking advantage of the emotion of the people. And even the people that were supposed to benefit from the subsidies were burning themselves alive at gas stations. You understand? Fighting to get petroleum products for their generators, for their cars, and all of that. And some people just drive a truck across the border and are millionaires. Only 5% of Nigerians are doing that, and they had a very strong power enough to hold the government by its throat. That no government had been able to, tackle this problem. But Tinubu came and tackled it. Okay. You understand? And still standing by it, that also we had international bodies coming in to say this is a good step in the right direction. You understand that for somebody to have taken this step, they hope we do not reverse it. That is to tell you that it's a good step. It's not only me that is saying it. Some other people from outside of Nigeria are also looking at it from the same lens.
But let me
You
push
get-
back a little bit on the subsidy, right? You said there are no longer fuel like people for line when they go buy fuel, right, for fuel stations, right? Right now I can also argue that maybe the cost of petrol in Nigeria, that's why you don't see a lot of people wanting to go buy. Who know a person will get money from 200 naira a liter to 1,400 on a very good day. How many people get 1,400 to go buy the fuel, right? So that might be a factor there, right? And then you also said what else did you say about that? I agree with you on the only 5% of Nigerians were enjoying the fuel subsidy. They are bringing truckloads and taking it back to other countries to go sell. I agree. There was a lot of corruption in that regard. So that side I agree with you. But the cost also, the cost of that has taken inflation at least 20% since Tinubu removed fuel subsidy in Nigeria. So I can also look at it and say, was it really a good move? I'm not saying the subsidy removal on its own is bad or was bad, but the way it was implemented, it wasn't the best way. That's just my pushback on that.
Which is I mean, you are correct to have viewed it from that angle, but let us look at it. You see, for me, I have a security background, and I look at it from this angle. If I want free access to my house, if I have a house, I build a house, and I decide not to put door, do you know I can go in within seconds without opening doors?
Yeah.
You understand? If I do not put a door, there's no door frame even. I just walk in anytime I want.
Yep.
Do I spend any time go through any screening? No. So will anybody also be able to walk in at any time they want?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
asking you.
Yeah. If there are no
But
doors, right? Yeah.
If there are no doors.
Yeah.
But if I put 5 doors, will it be convenient for me to come in at any time I want like that too?
No.
No, it's not going to be a slowdown for me. But would I enjoy security when I get inside? I will. I will feel more comfortable. But the conveniency of going through that door, you understand, it's not going to be the same as when I didn't have a door there.
That is correct. But the problem here is Tinubu doesn't have to deal with this. It's the everyday Nigerians that have to deal with this. The cost of production, people where they do manufacturing, cost of production has gone up. Again, I had this conversation with the previous guest. If at least they fix electricity, then there's an alternative when it comes to energy, right? But now the cost of production has gone up because everything depends on fuel in Nigeria, right?
Electricity has been fixed. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
You see, when we were growing up, we were not exposed to the freedom of solar harvesting the sunlight to generate electricity. We were not exposed to that. And I believe there was a law around all of that that says only the federal government has that executive power for anybody to generate electricity in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You understand me? So that maybe it would not have been possible for anybody to import solar panel into Nigeria. Maybe there was a law against that.
I don't know that there was a specific law against that. However, I understand the point you're making. The concurrent list and all that. I understand the point you're making. But I don't believe that there was a specific law against, importing solar panels.
I mean, if you are not allowed to generate importing solar panel amounts to generating electricity.
But we had generators, so that would also amount to generating electricity, right? And generators, we are not banned. You see the thing there, right?
Yeah, but people, let me say, you see, it's a good thing you mentioned generator.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about generator. People had licenses to import generator into Nigeria. We are not talking about the retailers, small retailers, the small shops. Importation of generator, you had to pay a big money to get a license for that.
I don't know about that though, but it's
you can
good
also
information.
look for that and get more information on that. That when we kicked against, you want to fix electricity and then you give people, you award them licenses with billions or amounting to millions of naira for them to procure a license to import generator. They are going to be saboteurs to you being able to bring about electricity for us. You understand? Because they will make sure it does not come into, it never happens.
Yeah.
Because you are going to spoil their market.
All that I can say, all that is what's it called? All that can be seen as conspiracy theories, right? But I get the point you're trying to make. But any serious government, and I believe Tinubu has also used this phrase, any serious government would end the what's it called? The electricity problem in Nigeria. Any serious government. Tinubu has also used that phrase, any serious government. So you get the point I'm trying to make.
The Tinubu has now solved it now in this way. When Tinubu has been able to unbundle all of those things and give let me tell you, one thing we say in security is when you do not have a risk manager, then risk is for everybody. Nobody takes responsibility for it. You understand? So anything can happen. Nobody is manning the gate.
Not necessarily. The federal government was taking responsibility for it. So there wasn't like nobody was taking responsibility for it. In the past, the federal government was taking responsibility for it. Were they doing a good job? No. But they had the sole responsibility when it comes to electricity generation in Nigeria.
Yes, that was back then. But it has never worked the way we wanted it. So this is called change. Somebody came here and brought about a change. You understand? And said, okay, we are going to unbundle all of these things. Because when you want to solve a big problem, you break them into smaller pieces. That is how to solve a big problem.
Absolutely. And I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Theory, that theory has been practiced everywhere. And it has come out, positively.
Yeah.
So Tinubu has come around as somebody with so much experience. You understand? And say, okay, this is a big problem. We are going to break it into smaller pieces.
All right. But here's the thing. When you say he has solved that problem, it doesn't necessarily translate to actual electricity problem solved in Nigeria. Yes, he unbundled it in terms of policy-wise. However, there is no 24 hours electricity anywhere in Nigeria till this day. Yes, the policy of him unbundling, sending it to the state governments, to be able to give out licenses for their people to generate electricity, that's going to help in the long run. But today, Tinubu has not solved the electricity problem in Nigeria. I mean, we can see it from different ways. I think I see it from your angle. I hope you will see it from my side as well. But we need to move forward. If you want to use 10 seconds so that we'll go round up.
Thank you, my brother. You see, this is one of the reasons why I really respect a conversation with you. You are able to see from other people's view, and you try to let other people see from your view. And then to just crown it up, you see, let me tell you, problems that are implementations of solutions or remedies that you put in place that takes a period of time to come into effect. That does not just happen overnight.
Yep.
You get these are things. This is what we do. We build systems, and we know that we can initiate a kind of policy. And once we put it in place, it doesn't mean it's gonna start coming in effect right overnight.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it takes time.
Absolutely.
So this is why people have 4 years, 8 years to put in place things. This is what we're saying. Tinubu is doing a great job. He has taken the right steps in the right direction. Let us all vote. Soludo has said it. Soludo
all right.
said,
make we leave Soludo on. Make we leave Soludo on.
Soludo said there's no point wasting our vote this time around.
All right, Mr. True News. Make we move forward.
Tinubu.
Thank you. Thank you for joining, my brother True News. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
All right, no problem.
All right, thank you. All right, what I mean? We need to do campaign for here, even though I love P2B, but you're not going to hear me say, let's vote for P2B. You're not going to hear me say that. I'm going to have shows where we talk about his policies or his ideas and stuff like that. And any rational person can use their tongue to count their teeth, just like I'm hosting a show right now for Tinubu as well. Any rational person can, think for themselves. my job is not here to campaign for anybody. Nobody they pay me to do that one. This is my time. This time why I used to do this thing now. For use and they do other things, but I'm choosing to do this because I want to do it. So I know go come to use and the campaign for person. But I believe most people, the 100 people, over 100 people here, I know you guys are very rational. So we're gonna keep talking, having conversations. It's up to you to decide who you want to vote for. Nobody go sway anybody. It's up to you to decide based off of what you think, what you learned from the Bia Paulo podcast. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, King Banky, I go bring you right now up just because you keep falling off, and I know you were supposed to be next, and I don't know what's going on with your network, but make we bring up King Banky. Make sure I no go shout outside and marginalize them,
Not even the same clothes we wear today.
Okay, we are blue. Shout out to you and me, man. We are blue and blue. That's what it be. That's what it be.
Yeah,
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, bro. First of all, I want to make a disclaimer. I am not a Tinubu supporter or APC member.
Okay.
This is a disclaimer. In fact, I am anti-Tinubu and anti-APC.
Okay. I mean, I hear you. I'll let it go because people also come up here and say, yeah, I'm a Tinubu supporter. But you don't need to go hard and say I'm anti this, I'm anti that.
I am for people. This is clear fact. I'm for Peter Obi. This is a clear fact. So,
okay.
But I am not going to campaign here. I am just going to debunk everything from Elenion to respect, and I think the last speaker was respect. I don't even know who the last speaker.
The last speaker was Mr. True News, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it respectfully, just like the guy named Respect, right? Respect. I think his name was Akim, Mr. Akim. Yeah, we're gonna do it respectfully and objectively. And the place where me, I also feel like you're not saying it correctly. I go also push back. Let's hear it.
Yeah, please do. I love to learn.
Yeah.
So the thing is this: when we talk about decentralization, I will always disagree with everybody when you say Tinubu decentralized electricity. He never did. If you go and look at March 2023, when they did the constitutional amendment under the Electricity Act, Buhari was the one that actually started the decentralization and created it as at that time. He removed it from the exclusive legislative list and he changed it to the concurrent legislative list. So that legally cleared a path for decentralization. So it was not Tinubu that decentralized it. What Tinubu did on the other hand was just an operational signature, like go and start operating.
I see.
You get what I mean?
I get you.
So
yeah.
I just want to debunk that part that electricity is not even better under Tinubu. And it was because Alex Oti was on his neck, like George Floyd and that policeman.
All right, that's not a good joke, my brother. No, that's not a good joke. I know go co-sign that one. Yeah.
Sorry. So it was just like that. And I also want to talk about the other speaker that spoke the other time, and it was like about the coastal road of a thing. See, Kachi, I've been here a couple of times. I've been watching you. I used to come here a lot, and
thank you.
Most times when I come here, it's just like a coincidence. I used to meet the Igbo programs. So he used to pay me a lot. Because you're not Igbo, I can't come up and I don't.
Yeah.
But however, I'm like, there's one day I'm gonna definitely come up.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So, in as much as we all are being liberal and, we are trying to be free thinkers and open-minded to conversations, we should just, please, I want you to see what I'm about to say from an open-minded view.
Okay, let's hear it.
There is nothing Tinubu is doing right that is favoring the masses except from himself.
And if you've been here long enough, you've heard me make those kind of assertions too. But, I try to be objective and let people have their opinions. I'm not forcing anybody, right? I'm of that same opinion as well. AKA the fuel subsidy, the coastal road, the NEL fund, these things are not the electricity we even talked about. It doesn't necessarily favor the people like that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, let's hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, let me use that coastal road for an example. You see that coastal road, it was part of the reasons why they never wanted Dangote to build a refinery on that highway. And it's because Tinubu wants to, have easy access. He does not want to face the Lagos traffic to get to the airport anytime he wants to travel out of Lagos. So he did that coastal road for his own personal self because there is an airport project, a supposed airport project on that road by Eleko area. So
Yeah.
they want to build an airport there. So now Tinubu wants to have that free access to the airport. He does not want traffic. Tinubu likes comfortability. This is what he wants. He did not build that coastal road for anybody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this, right? Tinubu is, I don't know how old he is now, but Tinubu is not gonna be here in next 20 years, right? So I don't know what you mean by he's building it for himself. That one I know, agreed to that one, but I kind of see what you mean in that regard. Like maybe he's building it for Lagos. If that's where you're coming from, I would agree with you.
He did not build it for Lagos. See, coastal road was there's a lot of things that is attached to that coastal road. There's the act of nepotism that is there because it was not being bidded from companies that are in Nigeria. It was just the contract was given to his Lebanese friend, which was Gilbert Chagori and his high-tech company. No other companies bidded for the contract. The contract was not on sale. Sorry, my English is not too good because Yoruba is the first language.
Nah, be apologetic with you see me how to use pidgin too, so don't even apologize.
So you see what he's actually doing for that coastal road. He's doing it for his own personal self. He's making sure that he's satisfying his friends. These guys were the ones that sponsored him in Lagos governorship election. You understand? So now this is like a payback.
I don't know about, I mean, I know of Shaoguri, I know they are friends, and I know he's kind of the contractor of that coastal road. And again, 15 million per kilometer for road is ridiculous.
It's too much.
It's ridiculous. So in that regard, I agree with you. But when you say Nadem sponsor you see how I'm pushing back. I'm agreeing with you and also pushing back, right? In that regard of you saying Nadem sponsor and for in Lagos campaign, I don't know about that one, but I know that they are friends, and I know that Shaguri is kind of the contractor there for that road. Again, $15 million for 1 kilometer of road is ridiculous.
It's too much.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely.
Sorry, Kachi, we are having a very, very big problem in Nigeria. We do not have internal affairs. You understand? If there's internal affairs to investigate this thing properly and thoroughly, if there's adequate scrutiny in all of these things, we won't have this kind of conversations, about the 15 billion and everything. Because look at it now. This Shagori that you are giving contracts to, we have other companies that you can actually give this contract to. Gilbert Shagori is just one of the people in Nigeria. We have Nigerians, we have people of the soil, people that are sons and daughters of the soil, that they can actually, do something and they can do it at a cheaper price.
Yep.
But because of they didn't want us to see what is going on. And Tinubu does this. Me, I be Lagosian. Kachi, I be Mushin boy. Me, I always preach against Tinubu right from time. I used to say all these things that this guy knows what he's doing. He will use the media to block people, to misinform people, to uninform people. You understand? So people will not know what is going on. And we have 3 different kinds of people in this world. People that make it happen, people that watch it happen, and people that don't even know what is going on. Most Lagosians, in fact, the real indigenous of Lagosians fall in that category of people that don't even know what's happening. You understand? So all of these things, they are invisible projects that Tinubu is doing between him and his friends.
Yeah.
And how can you tell me about 25% of the Nigerian budget is going to a friend that he gave a GCON to, a supposed title that is meant for the vice president?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
See, Kachin, as much as one of the liberal, one of the free thinkers and open-minded, we should, when we see the truth, when we see the dots. We should try to connect them.
Absolutely. But we'll go down there. We don't reach the time to round up. So if you would just want to talk
I'll
about
round up
another
quickly
one,
now.
I know we've talked about the coastal road. If there was something else you wanted to debunk that the other callers mentioned, we can talk about that now before we round up.
Yeah. So and I want to also go about security and everything.
Okay.
You understand? Concerning someone mentioned Sheyi Makinde earlier.
Yeah.
So let us be honest. When it comes to security, Tinubu hasn't done anything that is spectacular about security. In advanced countries today, we are seeing countries that they have state police, they have community policies, they have policies that local government chairmen and governors can actually order and control. In Nigeria, a sitting governor cannot control a private army.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. Tinubu needs to decentralize security or step down. We will continue to see this insecurity at large. And it's even about to get worse because when I make some research, actually, this is a shocker for everybody. You can go and actually research and debunk me later. 731 million euros is being paid by European Union to the Nigerian government, a deal to reintegrate terrorists and kidnappers into the Nigerian system.
Where are they bringing them from?
You said?
Where are they bringing them from?
Is to reintegrate terrorists into the system.
Where did they bring the T people from? Where are they bringing them from?
I don't know where this is bringing them from because Kaubaraji actually confirmed it. Gumi himself, Sheikh Gumi himself, said that the federal government knows the name, the location of every terrorist. So definitely the federal government knows everything about it. And
absolutely.
Gumi has not been picked up yet. But Justice Craig that posted the food of the military men was being picked up. But I'm not even going to that round.
That's a sad situation.
I am coming back to what I'm saying. I want Nigerians to focus. Kachi,
and make we use that one. Make we use and round up. Make we use and round up. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to round up real quick. This is the time I need to tell my brothers, please start thinking critically.
Yeah.
It is you versus Tinubu and his supporters. You have to think critically. These guys are being paid, just like Cliff. And a lot of people.
All right. We're not gonna do that one, my brother. We're not gonna do that one. Make we not call people out like that. But I appreciate you for joining, King Banky. We need to move forward. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. All right. I know they like to cause like division, like calling people out and all that good stuff. People are entitled to what they believe in. It's what it is. I know we force you to believe what I believe. Me, I just want to have conversations with you, and I hope that that's what you want to have with me as well. Anyway, let's get our next guest up here. Before we do that, make we read some chats. All right. Let's see. Akin says, Kachi, you're not sticking to your prompt. It's about what Tinubu is doing right, not wrong. Absolutely. Thank you for calling me out on that one, Akin. Thank you for calling me out on that one. Thank you. Pardon me, I'm not going to do them again. Thank you, Akin. Thank you so much. All right. Decando, I am ready. I think you're next, Decando. So we're going to bring you up in a moment. Just give me a second. Make I just read some chats here. Make I see how many more minutes, like 23 more minutes. We have at least 30 more minutes to be here. So let's see. Decando, we're going to bring you up next, but make I just read some chats here. All right. Nachi says, let me explain how we can end it. Step down and you step up. Yeah, my dude said Tinubu needs to step down. He's not going to step down, sadly. You cannot call for him to step down. Unfortunately, he's not going to step down. If now you did that, you're not going to step down either. So that one, they're very unrealistic. But I hear you, my brother. I hear you. I feel you. I feel your pain. Just like most Nigerians, they feel the pain of the economy as well. But yeah, we could just try to make objective arguments and keep it at that. At least on the Beer Parlor show, you get one other place where then they cost people up and down. We can go there and go and cost people as much as possible, but we don't do that over here at the Beer Parlor show. Anyway, Len and Zo Money says we have internal affairs now. We know look where. Okay. Nachi says what is hard in ending insecurity. Len and Zo Money says Abuja is like London. Yeah, Abuja is like Lagos. Abuja is like London. University funds, school funds, zeros now. Okay. Now says the heavenly plane can land there to go pick him up when he's ready to go. That's why I'm like, I kind of see where he's coming from when he says, and it's not a bad thing to create a road that is close to airports. But when you say he's doing it for himself, come on now, Tinubu is not going to be here for another 30 years. Tinubu no good day here. I'm just saying naturally, average human being these days, now 70 now, depending on where you live anyway, but if you're in Nigeria, it's like 50, 60, right? If you're there UK, if you'd be like, I don't know, maybe 70. But the average human being is 70 years. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Tinubu going to go there another 20, 30 years. So how is he just building a road for himself? But I get your point, my brother. I get your point. All right. Let's see. Sure as a president better than Mr. President. Udi Wen, he says, beer parlor discussion. Leave him for me. Shout out to the beer parlor. Leave my beer parlor discussion alone now. Leave my beer parlor discussion alone now. Now, wow. Anyway, Akin says, what does Tinubu benefit from Coastal Road that he can't get to his home as a president? Yeah, and that's the point I was trying to make. Anyway, Tinubu is doing absolutely nothing. If I hope you can request and talk to us about it. Tinubu is 65 years old. Is he? Easy. Anyway, let's get back to the chat. Let's get back to the queue. All right. The candor. We're gonna bring the candor up. Make we talk to the candor and hear his thoughts on the topic. Thank you, the candor. If you want to give me a name so that I go address you correctly, please.
Call me AJ.
AJ, all right. AJ, thank you for joining. Mr. AJ, thank you for joining. What are your thoughts? Tinubu's best scorecard. I don't hear them. We get moderator, our moderator, unofficial moderator, Akin say, let us stick to our topic. Anyway, Tinubu's best scorecard. What is he doing right?
Yeah. Because I appreciate the way and manner you organize your show, So
thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, the ability and the wisdom you use in making sure that there's no rowdiness and interjections that eventually leads to a situation whereby nobody is learning anything. It's something that is not that doesn't make sense to me.
Absolutely.
I'm always ready to debate anyone one-on-one or in group, but at least let's give ourselves time. If I talk for a minute, talk for a minute.
That's what you
try to respect the order. So I appreciate you on that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to stick to the subject matter so that, because there are a lot of things, the way and manner in which I'm getting aggressive or agitated when I hear what people say. I would always appreciate a situation whereby we are having critical discussion. I mean, intellectual thinking and delivering with fact and figure. But you said you don't want this on the show. I will not really go into it. It is so surprising when some comments are made as points, such as somebody building a long road for the purpose of a airport so that it will benefit only him, not even for the.
You were here too. You heard me push back on that, right? So we can at least let that one go, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
But the point I'm trying to make is you were here. You heard me push back on that. So we at least let that one go.
I said it's not on you. At least I commended you for even listening to whatever anyone will say. Like when I was much younger, I had this phrase where people say there is still sense in senseless.
Yeah.
So whether in writing, whether in communication, there is a way you can bring out senses, whatever. I'm not saying whatever anybody says is senseless or anyone.
Absolutely.
I'm just
but here's the thing, my brother AJ, Mr. AJ, make we move to the topic. Tinubu's best scorecard. What is he doing right?
His best scorecard. The man that spoke before the last speaker said a lot, covering some part of what I will cover.
Okay.
But one of the best scorecard that people are not saying is that we are very quick to forget that Nigeria never leave a proper economy kind of system that is sustainable. Not in our own era. I mean, anybody 50 downward. It has always been a systemic corruption that people dwell in, and eventually those that are dwelling in corruption call other people corrupt. When they say thief, call another thief a thief. And it's a situation I painted to my wife, because my wife sometimes is on the other side. And what do I mean by the
Shout
other
out to
side?
your wife.
There is this agitation about people are suffering.
Yeah.
But you know, that is relative, and this is the kind of communication I try to make. Now, we can make a case of Nigeria such that as somebody who has a diabetes and he has a very big wound on his leg, and we all know that the only way to make this man live is to cut the leg. But some people say, oh no, you will disfigure him. Oh no, you will not let him be able to walk properly and all those shenanigans. But you know, eventually he's going to die if you don't do it. Then what do? They get water, they get iodine, they get some other things that they know cannot sustain the man to clean it and dress it for him. Whereas internally he's dying. That has been the case of Nigeria for so many years. And maybe people don't understand this term when some of the intellectual commentators, especially those economics and policymakers, when they tell you that Nigeria never pays subsidy with our revenue, at least not since Jonathan was in power. From the era of Jonathan, we started borrowing money to pay subsidy.
Okay.
And borrow money to pay interest on the money we borrow to pay subsidy. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I get what
we
you're saying.
Require maybe in a year we require like $10 billion to pay subsidy, and we have to pay 2 to 3 billion naira interest on that. We have to go and borrow 3 billion naira to pay the interest, while the principal is still spread across the years, and we still pay interest on whatever we borrow to pay interest of subsidy.
But let me now, since you've talked about borrowing, right? Let me now talk about this as well. How about now that we're not doing the subsidy again? Our debt to GDP ratio has also increased, or has continuously increased since Tinubu removed the subsidy. So what is the difference? You see what I'm saying?
It's not increased. What people do about that is this. When every other person
it did increase
money,
continuously. It has continued to increase.
No. Don't forget that IMF has been cleared.
Okay.
So so that is a reduction on his part, and on the other part, he has increased. But I don't have a problem with what you're saying.
Okay.
I don't want to make it an argument. Let us even agree that
okay.
it has increased. We are talking about the purpose. America is the highest debtor in the world.
Okay.
What people argue is you can see what they spend this money on. And this money can repay itself from the projects that they invested on. And this is what this man is doing. He's not borrowing money to pay subsidy. He's not borrowing money to pay salaries. That is what they did throughout the Buhari era. More than half of money Buhari borrowed was to pay salaries. During Jonathan, the entire money was borrowed to pay subsidy. And at some point, we were not even credit worthy. So all of those are gone. The money they borrow now is either they use it on coastal road, in building airports, and that is what every developed economies do too.
Yeah.
There's no economy that is so buoyant that they spend from revenue to build those major projects, because those projects on their own must be able to also pay their debts.
Absolutely.
And that is what he did.
And these are good points, actually. I definitely agree with you.
So,
again, borrowing to pay salaries, just hear me out. Just hear me out. The borrowing to pay salaries and borrowing to pay subsidies, it would not take Nigeria anywhere. However, we are borrowing now to build infrastructure. I agree with you. The coastal road is there, is evident. However, I've said this multiple times now. Borrowing $11 billion for a 700-kilometer road, right? And per kilometer of that road is $15 million. It doesn't seem like a good strategy, in my opinion. It's not. It's ridiculous. There's nowhere I've seen where they build, at least the research what I don't do for Africa, nowhere do they use $15 million to build roads per kilometer.
So what I will tell you is, in Nigeria, this is the way they put it. If you have conversant with Abuja, I lived in Abuja for some time, and I've been to some other countries in the developed world. And Lagos and, Oyo and Co., they are more of my base.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you that there are categories for every road. If you apply that Lagos road, the current one, you will see the level of thickness of that road. So every road is not only calculated based on the length, because what people do is to only talk about kilometers. They forget. One second. Oh,
All right.
I'll catch up with you. Just give me a second.
All right. We're running a show here, so
what? No,
all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you're
with
back.
you.
All
Sorry,
right.
I just took a permission.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So one of those things you have to put into consideration is within a kilometer, you may have up to 3-4 bridges. A bridge alone can be much more expensive than the entire kilometer of the road that you're calculating, which the minister tried to explain to Rufai when he was, making big deal about it.
I don't know of the bridges on these roads, and I don't know of the bridges on these roads.
Check it. There are bridges. There are different reinforcement at different stages. There are bridges, and when you talk about reinforcement, a reinforcement of 1/8 of a kilometer, the cost of it can even be more than what you will require to build a kilometer that is only
that is not true. That is not true, my brother. Even railway, where it's kind of a more rail tracks, which is kind of more a more expensive project compared to a regular road. They reach 15 million. Yeah, standard gauge will be like 5 million to 7 million per kilometer. Standard gauge railway. So I don't know this bridge that you're talking about that costs more than building a road, like a kilometer of road.
Like I said, it's something we can research on. Everything I'm going to tell you are things that we can check their facts online.
Yeah.
There are that coastal road. There are bridges there, and they are not of the same price. So what they did is, if you say for instance, you have 50 kilometers, from 1 kilometer to 10 kilometers, you might not find a bridge. But within a kilometer, you might find up to 4 bridges. Eventually, it's the calculation for the entire thing they gave. Nobody gave a kilometer per kilometer amount of that road. People like Rufai Lovarise and some other people are the ones that divided the total cost of that road and gave it to each, by the number of kilometers, and gave it to each kilometer.
But isn't that the standard? Like, what would you have them do? Isn't that the standard, like in the world? Like, you divide. That is the standard. You divide things and get what one would be. That's why we have division. That's how it is. If you tell me that you want to build a house or a fleet, let's say an estate with different houses, and you say your budget is X amount, I'm going to say, okay, how many houses are we building? We're building 10 houses. It's going to be X over 10 to know how much one house is going to cost. That's the standard. That's why we have division.
That is a layman.
No, it's not a layman. That's what it is.
Let me explain to you.
Okay.
From Abuja to Lokoja, that road was given to 3 different contractors. Go and check that fact. RCC, Jito, and one other company. I can't remember their name now. They were given almost equal kilometers, but not the same amount because of the topography and the nature of those roads. I was getting at certain things. There are people that were paid off because their properties were encroached. There were other things. All those things are factored into this money you're talking about. In a place where they don't have to tamper with people's properties or anything that will require them to pay, those ones can never be as cost as where you are demolishing a resource center, for example.
All right.
You have to pay them.
If you want to talk about the resource center, they are still in court. So I don't know if you're saying that they've paid them. I don't know that money is the money, the 747 million. I don't think the resource center is budgeted in there. But we'd have to move forward, Mr. I don't know. Was it AJ, Mr. AJ?
In a construction company. And that is why I'm giving you those facts.
All right.
But let that aside. You remember when, during Fashola era, he touched almost every part of Lagos, but he could not expand Ojota to Maryland.
Okay.
And eventually when he was invited, why? He explained to them that the cost of building that road is less than half of what he would require to pay those people that have their buildings along the road, because they all have C of O.
All right.
So those things are big deal when it comes to construction, but these are things that people will not talk about.
Fair enough.
Aside from the debt and how he manages to, get loans purposely for the construction of monumental projects. We can talk about how he was able to remove us from an eternal debt of using money to finance our currency for so many years.
That's a good one as well. However, again, the only argument I'll push back there is, you've removed this subsidy on dollar, but our debt to GDP ratio has continued to increase since he took office. I'm not making this up. Yes, he removed subsidy on the dollar as well, but how has that impacted the economy? It has taken us at least 20% more inflation since he took over office. So why is that a positive? But I'm looking to round up Mr. AJ. So if you want to just round up with that so that we can move forward.
They will look like that because, like I told you, I used an example of somebody that needed to be amputated. When you don't amputate him, he might not feel that much pain.
No, that is not necessarily a good. You said that earlier, and I hear you on that, but it doesn't necessarily apply to an economy. The people he hired for this economy, they're not the most efficient, or something is going on there. Because if you're saying you want to remove, if you want to make these kind of policies, if you want to make these kind of reforms, you should have things in place like building up our manufacturing. Make we start to manufacture more things. That is what affects the dollar. It's not about amputating or not amputating. Dollar has to do with exportation. We have to start exporting more. That means manufacturing more in Nigeria to bring in more dollar. That is how you keep the dollar down. There is no other way you do it. That's the way you do it. But Mr. AJ, we need to move forward. But go ahead.
Yeah, permit me to do this, and I'm going to say this.
Yeah,
I still appreciate your approach and everything, but don't forget that we do a lot of you trying to explain from your own point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So I may not be able to give you as many points as I want to give you.
Absolutely.
And most of the things I want to tell you, they are not a beer parlor talk. There are things we can fact check, and from a professional point of view.
What is it you've wanted to fact check? Am I lying when I say the dollar as in foreign exchange is tied to exportation? Am I lying? Is that something you disagree with?
Our performance with exportation is perfect and better than what we had in the past because we have a surplus.
We don't have a surplus. The reason our exportation is better now is because of Dangote. It's not by any intervention by Tinubu's government.
So you want to take away Dangote from the equation?
I'm not taking it away, but I'm saying it's not an intervention. It's not an intervention by the Tinubu's government. That is the point I'm trying to make there.
Intervention.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I said it's an intervention. All you need to do is to ask me how.
All right, how? So that we will use that one end.
Okay. Don't forget that this man were in the beginning supposed to buy his crude oil from those that Nigeria has already mortgaged our crude oils to. When he even started in his first year, he was still going to Shell, Chevron from America, from Asia and some other countries that produces crude oil to buy crude oil and import it to Nigeria. From those that are taking it out of Nigeria.
Yeah.
It is the intervention of Tinubu that made it possible.
It was still Tinubu's government that was restricting him from buying crude oil from the NNPC. He was on Dangote was on media. Dangote was literally doing a media run, talking about how they are not wanting to sell crude oil to him and how he's going to go outside to go buy crude oil.
Where's the man that did that? The man that did that resigned. Don't forget that a president, just like the same argument we have for the governors, because in every other developed countries, wherever you've been to, you will know that the state governors are more functional. The local government chairmen and those that are in local settings are more closer to the people, and they are the ones that are giving people those benefits of and the dividends of governance. But in Nigeria, that is not the same. They have been giving money. These people are not doing what they are supposed to do, and we still take it back to the president.
All right. And some people would also argue that there should be some sort of oversight, that you don't just give people money and then you tell the citizens, oh, go and hold your governor. Where is your oversight on the governor? Where is the EFCC going to?
Are you saying
hear me out, Mr. AJ. Hear me out. Yes, he has done it before. At least he suspended Fubara. So if Tinubu has the power to suspend Fubara over a feud between, all right. Thank you, Mr. AJ, though. But we need to move forward. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you anyways.
Appreciate you for joining.
I hope some other time we'll join again.
Absolutely.
More times. But I mean, there are a lot. If I'm permitted for 2 hours, I will listen to you.
And I know you're open to doing that, but we do need to move forward because my 2 hours have done the run out.
Thank you.
All right.
you.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you
bye.
too. All right. Hey, he made a lot of good points, and I had, like always, right, I had to get my pushbacks, right? But it's what it is, man. Dangote, you can argue that Tinubu helped get the crude oil back to him and all that good stuff. But listen, hey, man, make we skip that one. Let's get our next guest on here and keep the show going. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's keep liking, by the way. We're at 11K likes. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. I think I'm only going to be able to bring up one more guest because I have only 2 more minutes here. So 1 minute, 30 seconds now. So we'll just bring up the last guest here and then, use that one to round up the show. But let's keep liking, by the way. And this is a good time, by the way, to follow me if you've not followed me yet. Click the follow button. It's up there somewhere. Just click that follow button up there. All right, let's get back to the show. Tech Clipper. Make we bring up Tech Clipper.
Hello.
All right, Tech Clipper, thank you for joining. Give me a name so that I go address you correctly.
You can call me Joshua.
Joshua. All right, thank you, Mr. Joshua. Thank you for joining. All right, what are your thoughts? Tinubu's best scorecard. What is it doing right?
So great. So I would say I give Tinubu a good on being bold to do, it's a bold guy. It's someone who just says, I do what I feel. Now, the problem with that is that boldness doesn't really mean it was thought out properly. In economic restructuring, take away subsidy, it was corrupt, it was try to float the naira, all that works. But the problem was, did they sit down, a complicated country like Nigeria, did they sit down to think out the all possible effects before implementing all the stuff? Now, when I like his supporters, they are very, they're like narcissistic when they support Tinubu.
Let's not do that. Make we dey polite. Narcissistic.
Yeah, no, it's polite. Narcissistic is polite. It's not a bad word.
Narcissistic.
It's not a bad word. It's a way of support when people are like, it's a system of support. We might just, in Nigeria, we like respect too much. So when people say things, we want to always paint it. It's just like saying psychophancy. When you say someone is a psychophant, you're not insulting.
It's not a positive word. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's just try to be positive.
That is what we choose. We choose and pick what is positive and what is negative.
Okay,
but
fair enough. But make we leave semantics of meanings of words.
So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that you take white elephant projects and you forget the fundamentals of what makes a society work. You praise the basic minimum as the miracle that will fix the society. Like coming to praise Nel Fund. What is the praise about Nel Fund when our parents went to school free? What are you praising Nel Fund for? They should have done better. By now, we should be like, we should be in the standard where in Africa, maybe other Africans like South Africa who is doing xenophobia is coming to Nigeria to school because we have a standard like Harvard.
Yeah.
So what did they do with all the crude money? So what are you praising? Why are you coming to me in 2026 to tell me to clap for a Tinubu for Nel Fund?
Okay.
It doesn't really make any sense to me because when I go back to my father in 1980s, you were like, oh, we went to school free, we did this free, we had this free, we got this advantage, we got this. It was all good for them. There was a pathway to success. In 2026, you're still being praised for paying a school fees less than $100. Some of the school fees are less than $200 that they are talking about Nel Fund. So let's put it in perspective. So when they come on show and try to paint, like when you talk about ratio to debt, the guy tried to defend the ratio to debt as if you're saying something not factual. Yes, he cut off subsidy. But the problem with cutting off subsidy is that there are other loopholes in the government that are milking out the subsidy effects, impact that the subsidy would have created.
Yeah.
For example, like the coastal road. What is the transparency in deploying that road? How many billion has gone to another corrupt set pocket? Is there any way to track that? Now you talk of more imports. Dangote is imported. Let's give it the glory to Tinubu. Now the question is that are you being so unrealistic that if anyone is a president, even me is a president, will Dangote not import fuel, or will he not do the same thing? Will I not enable the same thing? Those are basic minimum. There's nothing brilliant about that.
Yeah.
Now, the structure about power decentralization has actually somehow started during the privatization. You know, like I said, things do not start. Good things should have a process.
Yeah.
If you come to say that Tinubu make other states could be able to generate power, that is you just being unrealistic. Forgetting that the path road to that started by the privatization process of distribution and allowing transmission still under government. And even before, Tinubu just applied what he has seen. The process has already started. Then he just, like I said, the guy is a bold guy. It was like, whatever will happen, let me just expedite it. So
Yep.
when these guys defend Tinubu, I like them. They're my guys, But the problem is that they do it out of a poor judgment of that we should praise a miracle that should be normal. That you're telling me to praise Nel Fund. That's my father went to school without paying school fees.
Yeah.
Why should my that's why I tell my dad whenever we argue, because he did well for himself. But whenever we argue, I tell him something. You guys are the major problem of Nigeria. You failed us, not just Tinubu, but all of your sets. Because why? God gave you guys major mineral resources, major. And you guys, what did you do with all those money? You flew to Dubai, bought houses, bought USA, sent your children to the best schools in the USA, and you never thought of replicating those best here.
Yeah.
Today, someone comes here and tell me that now Tinubu cannot get treated in Nigeria 2026.
Yeah.
And you come here to tell me to clap for him for Nel Fund? Not just Tinubu, all the leaders, but Tinubu is their 001. So let's focus on Tinubu, because you can't leave the head and go for the tail.
Yeah. And
So
Tinubu
at the end of
cosigns
the
that,
day-
actually. He says, everything falls on the desk of the president. So he
Of the
cosigns that.
president. So
Yeah.
he cosigns. So another thing I want to say here, let's just put it. Tinubu, during Jonathan, he was bold on Twitter saying that the security lies on the decks of the president. He was bold. Now his people are defending him that it's people that are planning to remove Tinubu. How does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you see how unsincere that can be. Like when you say, okay, you say he might be doing a lot of things right, but when it's hard to say the things he's doing right is that it's on the surface level. It has no depth. For example, state policing.
Mr. Joshua, we're going to need to round up. Yeah. If you want to just use that and round up so that we can move forward.
Okay, let's give an example.
Yeah.
Good since starting state policing, it has been a long-term discussion. He has given a go-ahead for state policing. But the problem with that is that the complication of the system of what we will need to have a successful state policing, with the complication already in the government, that's why it has been a slow pace. It's very hard for them to implement. They can pass the bill, but the complication because like I said, there's something Abacha said. If insecurity lasts more than a certain period, know that the government is involved in it. And what does it mean? The same thing they are blaming that people are doing to Tinubu today, they did it to Jonathan. If they believe so they did it to Jonathan. So they brought in the cancer in insecurity that they are complaining about today. And that cancer is eating everyone in the society, not just Tinubu self. It's eating the poor masses.
All right, Mr. Joshua, we're going to need to move forward now, but I appreciate you for joining. And again, I know say my moderator don't they moderate me. Kachi, Akiomo Akin, shout out to you, man. He don't they moderate me, say, Kachi, change your prompt title. No vex for me, my brother. No vex for me. It's just, we just got to the end of the show and I didn't want to drop him. I'll typically ask him, if this was what he wanted to talk about. Otherwise, we'll drop him, get somebody who wants to debate. But I don't already exhaust the time what I want to use for today. So I let him go. And now, my brother Joshua, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. We're on the same side. And if you know anything about the Beer Parlor show, I did like debate. I did like people there on the other side so that we'll go debate. Because me just sitting back and listening to you, it's just like I'm listening to myself, right? It doesn't make for a good show. It makes for a good show when we have people who are of different opinions, go back and forth. That's how we get a good show. But I appreciate you, Mr. Joshua. Thank you for joining. And the other people requesting, unfortunately, we can't bring you up today. my 2 hour don't elapse. I want to go and do some other things with myself, you know. But I appreciate you guys for joining today, man. We had 13K likes. Thank you guys so much. Make I shout some people out here before we call it a day. Let me see who's in the chat. We have Tech Clipper, obviously. Mr. Joshua, we have Uyi Samuel, we have Gus Wheel, we have Chef CZ, we have Akinoma Akin. Shout out to you, my brother. My brother, don't they check me since. Gaji, stick to your topic. Stick to your topic. Thank you so much. I'll remember that. I'll keep sticking to my topic. Thank you so much, my brother. All right, let's see who else is here. Dang, thank you so much for sharing the live. Speedy Art Gallery, thank you. Feel My Star Shine. Who else there? Timmy Ichie, is it? Timmy Ichie, thank you. Nachi, CNN. I don't think I know if you pronounce words again. Sorry, Muna no vex abeg. Abiodun Lawal, thank you. YK, Kenny, Feel My Star Shine. Make una fit still follow me. We never close the live yet, so just click the follow button. It's up there before we close the live. Kenny, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Sajo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Lajomo too, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Elenion, thank you. You were here as well as the first guest today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Who else there? Ogun Sonya, Olare Waju. Thank you so much, Lord Hondons. Make I rest for these names, what they call. But I appreciate you guys, man, for being here. We had a good show, obviously. We're gonna have a good show again. Maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, next tomorrow. We keep it going. That's what we do for the Beer Parlor podcast. You know, we share ideas, have conversations, debate back and forth, agree to disagree. It's what it is. We be Nigerians. We want Nigeria to work. The way where you want them, you know, they say if you go like this or if you go like this, but the end goal is what matters, right? And that's what it is. I'm on this side, you're on this side. It's okay. Let's just argue and debate and think of how we can move our country forward. No need to curse each other. No need to do all this tribal bigotry. These people then go see my post for Facebook. I no call anybody name. I no curse anybody. Then go the first thing they go say, stupid boy. How, I don't have to agree with you now. Why don't they cost me? Anyway, when they hot my lily fevered heart, but I appreciate you guys for being here, man. I'll see you again next time. But until next time, my name is Kachi, and I'm the host of the Beer Parlor Show. Peace.